consultant here at the World of Wellness. I've been here for over 5 years now. The stuff I've been doing for over 30 years. What I do is I help people. I help people improve the function of their body through nutrition. We all need nutrients to function. And it's unfortunate that for the most part, our food doesn't have much nutrition in it. And they've done numerous studies to find out, we need 60 different nutrients, 60 different minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids to make your body work the way it's designed to work. And it's unfortunate that our food is so toxic and so nutrient poor. So if you have issues, people come to see me, I help you improve your overall nutritional status, and lo and behold, your body starts to work better. I do this through energy. First, let's move a little bit first. Here's a little information about me. I went to Carnegie Mellon, studied engineering, but I've been working in this health field for over 31 years now. If you want to set an appointment with me, call the World of Wellness. It's 412-922-9355. They'll get you set up and we'll spend an hour with you. That's the beauty of what I do. I have an hour to spend with people. A lot of places you go to, they got 15 minutes, 20 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. So in that hour, we're going to test to see how well your energy flows through all your organ systems, all your immune systems, your digestive systems, see how your energy flows through this. Where we find you have weaknesses, you can find which particular nutrients strengthens your weak reflexes to help you pinpoint exactly what your body says it wants and what it says it doesn't want. Wouldn't that be better than like playing darts? When you play darts, you throw darts, hope it hit the bullseye. If you're guessing, you're basically playing darts. You really don't know whether you're hitting a bullseye or not. When you come to see me, your body will say, I exactly want this, this, and this, not those other things. It can really help you save a lot of money and time, effort, and trials, and so forth. So a little bit of FDA disclaimer. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't treat, I don't cure, I don't prevent any medical disease. This presentation and things I say, this is for informational purposes only and not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. And should you have any medical condition, you're advised to go see your healthcare practitioner for that. And good luck with that, right, Phil? Good luck with that. So let me give you an example of what's possible. A lot of people don't really believe that their body can turn around. A lot of people have had issues for 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, and they think they've seen doctor and doctor and doctor, and they still have these issues. You think this is going to be your destiny, and it doesn't have to be your destiny. One of the things you have to know is every one of your cells is being replaced with a new cell in a very short period of time. Your liver is only 8 weeks old. Every liver cell has been replaced with a new liver cell. And if you don't change your nutritional status, you're going to replace old liver cells that don't work so well with new liver cells that don't work so well. Same thing with your pancreas, your heart, your kidneys, your lungs, everything. Everything can improve when you improve your nutritional status. Examples of this. There's a lady came to me. Her name is Amanda. She was in her early 40s. 3 years of incredible abdominal pain. We just touched her anywhere in her abdomen. She almost buckled over. She saw a bunch of doctors for this, even some surgeons. They advised her to do some surgery. She didn't want to do it. Um, she came to see me, and I tested her, found out she had fungal issues in the intestines. I can't guarantee that she has a fungal issue, but her weak responses all were strengthened by all of our antifungal remedies. None of our formulas to help with parasites, none of our formulas to help with bacteria, none of our formulas to help with viruses, but all the formulas that helped with Candida yeast fungus, her body got super strong by those reflexes. So she decided to take the one that her body said worked the best, gave her 90 nutrients. Lo and behold, her issues disappeared in just a few weeks. She was shocked, actually, because she was getting ready to get married for a second time, preparing for a wedding, and just thought that she was going to bring this constant abdominal irritation into her new marriage. And she was thrilled that it wasn't the case anymore. Lori, she was, before I saw her, she was 20 years prior, she was in a coma from a car crash. She was in a coma for a week. And right afterwards, she had irritable bowel. This went on for 20 years. So you think they thought this was her destiny. Her neighbor was really helped by me and referred her to me. She came to see me. Same thing. I did my testing with her. She came back a month later. She goes, I can't believe I haven't had these issues ever since. And I saw her for a follow-up visit twice after that. She's been fine ever since. I saw her 2 years later at one of our cells. Hasn't had a problem since. 20 years this went on. So your body can change. Another guy, his name is Jeff also. He was sensitive to allergies. When he went home, his Sinuses were running. His eyes were irritated. His mom bought him a fresh bouquet of flowers. And when I remotely tested him, it said that the flowers at home were the things that were causing his problems. So he brought those flowers into the office. I tested him directly, and it was the flowers. We did an allergy reversal treatment for the flowers and didn't have a problem since. Okay, a lady in her mid 40s. She had acne on her back for decades, rash on her lower legs for 9 months. We see rashes on the body for long periods of time. Dr. Weiner would say, look into parasites or Candida yeast fungus. When I tested her, all of our anti-parasitic formulas strengthened all of her weak reflexes. None of the antifungal ones does. None of the other immune boosting ones does. The ones that help with parasites did. I didn't tell her this will cure your parasites, but this particular one out of the 5 that we had was the one her body tested the best on. She took those, the problem resolved. So I didn't treat her for anything. We just asked her body what it wanted, and it told us. So D&T. Okay, so this is a young couple. They were in their early 30s. She had open sores in her nose, and her husband has eczema across his arms and across his body for over 9 months. Neither of them could lose any weight. Both of them were exercising, but they couldn't lose any weight. I tested them. The wife needed different immune boosters to help make clear virus out of the system, and her husband needed a supplement to help kill fungus. In addition to the 90 nutrients, and in addition to finding out what foods are irritating their systems. They stopped eating those foods, took the nutrients. Her nasal issues that she had for 2.5 years cleared up, and her husband's eczema she had for 9 months, 9 months, cleared up. But also, she lost 5 pounds in that month, and he lost 15 pounds in a month. They were both thrilled. You know them personally. We have a member in the audience that knows them personally. Okay, 82-year-old female. She's very fatigued, bloated. 4 days on me changing her lifestyle, her issues disappeared. She said for, I think it was 2.5 years, she had irritable bowel syndrome and fatigue. And after taking the change in nutrition, stopping eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats, stopping eating these inflammatory foods that her body said it didn't like, taking a digestive aid to help her digest her meals, a formula to help knock down fungus in the system. She says 4 days. That all those symptoms stopped and her energy was back through the roof. This was an 82-year-old woman. She said she went home, cut her grass, cleaned her house, and went dancing at night. This is 4 days. So these are the things that are possible. We could go on and on with this. I wanted you to see this picture. This poor little boy, he was brought to me, 10-year-old kid, May of 2019. He was out playing in a park for the first time exposed to grass that summer or that spring. And came up to his mom looking like this. This is actually a bad picture. His bags under eyes were much redder than this, so that picture's faded or something. Anyway, face is all swollen, eyes were all swollen. His mother kind of freaked out, took him to the hospital. It was allergies to the grass. Luckily, his mom was good friends with a lady that worked here, and she knew about me and told her to come in, go see Jeff. I tested him. I have testing kits in my office similar to this. This is a testing kit with all these different vials in there. I have a testing kit that has 75 vials in it. 25 of them are grasses, 25 are trees, and 25 are weeds and shrubs and things like that. He felt on 19 of the 25 grasses. I did an algae reversal for all those grasses. And then 10 days later, he's back into the same park, diving into a pile of grass with no reaction to it. So this method is a very simple thing. You just stimulate acupressure energy centers on the body while you hold a jar full of grass or a jar full of these vials that are charged with the energies of grass. His body reset and didn't have this issue. You wonder, how can that possibly be? So think about this. Think about if you're a 1-year-old kid and you're out playing in the grass and you get bit by a bee. What's your response to that? You're crying. Your eyes are watering. Your nose are running. Now it seems like every time you go in the grass, your eyes waters and your nose runs. So before this, when the kid was playing in the grass, had no issue with it. But after he got bit by a bee in the grass, his eyes water and nose running. So when you do an allergy reversal like this, you're asking the body, you test the body to see what's weak, and you stimulate energy centers in the body while you hold this energy your body doesn't like, and it flips that switch back the other way. You may not have that irritation from that anymore. And since 1996, 1997, I've been doing these allergy reversals. Dr. Weiner did this for decades. Dr. Roy Carey did this for decades. This is what's possible, but people don't know about this because, unless you're exposed to people that have had this help them, who knows about this? So they've been doing this since 1984. Dr. Debbie Nambudirpad has been teaching this system across the nation. So it's been almost 40 years that this information's been out there, but still many, many people don't know about this. Okay. So basic concepts that should be taught in grade school to grade school children. This is just what's wrong with our system. It's the education. Like, most people should know about the things that I do. It's very, very simple things. Health starts with 90 essential nutrients. Back in 1971 to 1983, 12 years, they did an enormous research study. They did 17,500 autopsies on animals. They did 3,000 autopsies on humans. They looked at 450 different vertebrate animal species, and they did 20 million tissue sample derivations to figure out the nutrient makeup of every part of all of our bodies. They found that all vertebrates, doesn't matter if you're a mouse, a human, rhino, dog, cat, chimpanzee, monkey, horse, zebra, giraffe, all vertebrates required 90 essential nutrients to drive all the chemical reactions that are supposed to happen in your body. When they studied our farmland in the 1920s, they said our farmland was about 20% depleted in minerals. In that study, they found we need 60 different minerals to drive everything. In the 1980s, they studied our farmland again and said our farmland was about 80% depleted in minerals. And now they're saying that 90% of our farmland doesn't have iodine, nor selenium, nor chromium. And you need this for your body to function. So unless you're supplementing your diet, you're not getting these nutrients that you need for your body to perform the way it's intended to. That includes detoxification. When people come into my office, I have a heavy metals testing kit, similar to this. Here it is. I have a heavy metals testing kit, and it has 30 different metals in here. And what I test people on their first visit, most people have a poor response to aluminum, cadmium, cobalt, and maybe manganese or molybdenum or nickel or osmium. Those are common irritants, sometimes hexavalent chromium, sometimes lead, sometimes mercury. But typically, 4 to 8 metals are weak. They have a weak response to 4 to 8 metals in this kit. They come back 4 weeks later after doing 90 nutrients, just 90 nutrients. They don't fill in any metals in the kit anymore. That's literally everybody. So what does that mean? Most likely your body's detoxifying more efficiently and you don't have a negative response to the metals anymore. But you need the nutrients to detoxify. In your cells, they've identified 550 different kinase enzymes. And some of these enzymes activate the detoxification pathway. Well, it takes all these 90 nutrients to make these enzymes. And if you don't have all the nutrients going in your body, there's a lot of things your body can't do, including properly detoxify. Well, why is that an issue? Well, when they studied the human, our DNA, our genes, they found out, studying our genes, they were trying to figure out what each one of our genes does. They found out we make way more proteins than we actually have genes that can make the proteins. We're like, how can you make more proteins than you have genes to make them? So instead of just studying the genes, they started studying the whole cell. And on the covering to all of our cells are all these receptor sites. And when toxins, heavy metals, chemicals, and so forth land on your cell wall, they distort the way the genes transcribe and create abnormal cellular growth, abnormal cellular functions, tumors, cysts, cancers, and so forth. So the whole goal of our body is, number one, not get toxins in our body, which is impossible to totally avoid, but improve the performance of your liver and your detoxification pathway to bind to this stuff to get it out of your system. So say, for instance, if aluminum or cadmium is stuck to the walls of your arteries, you need some type of nutrient to bind to it so it doesn't bind to us anymore. And our food is just abysmally poor in nutrients. So when you start nutrifying the body, everything starts to work better, and lo and behold, life gets better. Okay. So 90 nutrients. It's 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 2 essential fatty acids, and 60 different minerals. And that sounds like you got to buy 90 different bottles of supplements. You need to buy a multivitamin, a multimineral, and a fish oil. 3 things: multivitamin, a multimineral, and a fish oil. And as long as you eat meat or fish or eggs or protein sources at home, rice and bean combination to get amino acids, you don't have to supplement amino acids, but the other things you usually do. So 3 things: multivitamin, using Frontier multivitamins, number 1, omega-3D fish oils, and mineral rich. Put that combination together, you get your 90 nutrients as long as you eat the protein at home. The problem is our farmland is abysmally deficient in nutrients, and we just have all this dysfunction in our body because we can't make all the process in our body work the way they're intended to work. Okay, 90% of our farmland, 1920s, 20% of our farmland was significantly low in minerals. In 1980s, 80% of our farmland is really low in minerals. So, and this has just gotten worse ever since then. So, the thing you have to know is you're never stuck with old parts. Every one of your old cells being torn down and replaced with a new cell in a very short period of time. This is from Dr. Jerry Tennant. He says it takes 6 weeks to replace every one of your skin cells with a new skin cell. 8 weeks for a new liver, 3 to 4 months for a new pancreas. The organ that controls your digestion, makes all your digestive enzymes. 3 or 4 months, that organ can be replaced. When I test people on foods in my office, most people have a poor response to 40 to 70 foods. They generally have no idea. Most likely, when you eat these foods, most likely it's going to inflame you from eating it, and you're going to waste energy and nutrition eating those foods. But people come back 4 weeks later, I test them on foods again, and they found like 9 bad things, and all the other food negative responses are disappeared. Why is that? Well, you finally got minerals in your system. You're finally making more enzymes. You're finally replacing pancreas cells with pancreas cells that works better. And then the whole body starts to work better. Your central nervous system and brain, it takes 8 months to replace every one of those cells with new ones, 14 months for your joints, and 2 years for bones. I've had several people come in to see me. They have all these joint issues. One of my favorite stories is a gentleman came to see me, concrete contractor, 82 years old, all crippled up with arthritis. I went through my whole system, told him to stop eating these foods, showed him what nutrients his body wanted. And in 2 weeks' time, he didn't feel better, and he stopped taking everything and canceled his next appointment. It takes 14 months to replace your joints with new ones. It takes 2 years for bones. 2 weeks of putting nutrients in your body isn't going to help you that much. It takes time for you to replace all your old cells with new cells. You got to give it time. There's no magic pill that will fix you. There was a lady in the other day. She had a multitude of issues. All these diagnoses from probably 30 different doctors of all these diseases she has. And she wanted to take one pill to help her. And she didn't want to change her diet. I'm like, well, if you don't change the environment that created all these issues, how do you expect to get better? There's no one magic pill that will fix you. The magic pill is the lifestyle change of nutrifying your body and staying away from toxic food. Detoxify your body, put nutrients in. That's how you turn your life around. That's the basic premise that you need to do for any type of malady. Put nutrients in your body. Don't put the bad things in your body. Help your body to detoxify. Knock the pathogens down that may be growing in your body. Bacteria, virus, fungus, parasites. Knock those down with a nutritional regime. Exercise. Get your body moving. Get your lymphatic system draining. There's no magic pill for that. It takes a little bit of effort on your part. So when people come and see me, I test them. I use their own body energy to test them. We're energetic beings. Everything in our body revolves around energy. If you look at the molecular structure of, say, magnesium has 12 protons, 12 neutrons in the nucleus. It has an electron cloud spins around it. Well, what are those protons and neutrons made out of? They found out they're made out of energy packets called quarks. And those energy packets make up carbon, they make up tungsten, they make up lithium, they make up gold. They're the basic building blocks of everything. Everything is literally energy. And you can use this system of applied kinesiology to test your energy to see how well it's flowing here, flowing there, flowing here, flowing there. And where we find that it's weak, because your body has ability to communicate this. We can find out where you have these weaknesses. You can find out what nutrients, what energies strengthens your weak reflexes. And that's all it is. It's truly energy. It's not some type of voodoo. It's just electricity and magnetism. Okay. So we're going to scoot along here because we're limited on time. Okay. Basically, your health, your performance at work, your performance in life is at the mercy of 4 main things. Nutrients, how abundant your daily nutrients are or how deficient you are. The toxicity from millions of sources. Are you keeping those toxins in your body? Is your body purging them? The balance of pathogens. Do you have too much fungus in your system or bacteria or virus or parasites? In your mind, your thoughts. How strong is your mind? People have come to see me that they've had Crohn's disease, chronic diarrhea for 35 years. And they've seen how many different gastroenterologists and how many drugs they've taken and how many different things they've tried eliminating from their diet. 35 years this went on. Just put those thoughts in your head. Your body can fix just about anything. You got to nutrify the body. You got to detoxify the body and let the body work and use the power of your mind saying, I'm not going to be a victim of this anymore. My body can fix all of this. And I'm a shining example of that too. I was an absolute physical mess my whole life, all kinds of arthritis and back pain and neck pain and knee pain in my 20s, in my teens, actually. Horrible sleep apnea, miserable most of the time, brain fog, fatigue. And then I had a sleep study done when I was 50. They said I would have woken up over 500 times that night if they didn't stop the sleep study. They monitor your blood oxygen saturation during the sleep study. And I was at 70%. And they said, you can die. They said, your heart can stop because it doesn't have enough oxygen to function. And in my mind, I'm like, God wouldn't design your body to die when you sleep. This is just idiotic at best, what they're telling me. There has to be a reason. And the reason was I was eating wheat, barley, rye, oats, blocking absorption of my nutrients and being inflamed from eating that stuff. I was very nutrient poor, didn't have enough minerals in my diet. I was very nutrient poor, didn't have enough omega-3s in my diet. I was very nutrient poor, didn't have enough vitamins in my diet. And I just had all this dysfunction. And once I started changing all that back in November of 2014, I learned all this. Started taking enzymes with my meals. I stopped eating wheat, barley, rye, and oats, put these nutrients in my body, and my entire life turned around. At that point, my low back and my knees hurt so bad, I really couldn't pick it. Like if I dropped my pen on the floor, I couldn't pick it up. I hurt that bad. And now 5 months ago, I did 285 pound squats for a set of 5 with the same back and the same knees. Your body's going to replace all your old cells with new cells. Everything can turn around. And that's the basic premise that I preach to people when they come to see me. We're going to test your body for all this stuff. Your body's going to tell me, I want this, I want this, I want that. And people's lives turn around. So folks, we're going to end it off here. I hope this gave you some information for you to stew over. Call the office here, set an appointment with me, and we'll get you going to turn your life around. Let's see. Let's go. How do I go to that page there, Phil? I jumped past it. The page I'm on, yeah, from the beginning, from current slide. Let's do this. I can't do that. I don't know. Hey, you like that one? There we go. Trying to get that on the screen.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's how you contact the World of Wellness here. Call 412-922-9355. I'll spend an hour with you. We're going to test all this stuff. If you have any supplements at home you've been taking, bring them in with you. And we're going to scan your food and everything. So hope to see you soon. Refer your friends, refer your family, refer your coworkers here. And I'm going to give them the same opportunity to turn their life around that I will give you. So until then, hope to see you soon. Have a great day, everybody.
Yes.